Good morning, Mr. Donenesco.
Good morning.
Today we are going to be talking about a new phenomenon that is now in our society, job scam, whereby people sometimes in Cameroon, but most of the times out of Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, and then they call others, presenting very sweet and favorable job opportunities, and then convince you in order to come. And then you find out that many youths are now moving to this country. It is when you are in Nigeria, when you are in that place, that you discover the reality. At times, those are armed robbers. At times, those are terrorists. They harass you, and then they ask for. At times you are being abducted. They ask for ransom, and at times even you are being killed, and then you are being sent into traffic. According to you, Donesco, what is the cause of such a phenomenon?
I think the first cause of this thing is lack of information.
How can you be talking of information at the times we have social medias, we have many platforms that can sensitize on these issues?
Most of these social media, these youths that are having phones today, they are not having these phones to look for information. Most of them are just using phones. Some are having iPhone 16 plus, iPhone 15 plus. They are using these phones just to take pictures, upload them on Instagram, but going for the right information. Very few of them go for the right information. And you see most of them, they don't even read informations that they can get concerning maybe the economy, the economic growth of a country. Because I don't understand how someone can leave Cameroon and they promise you a job of 800,000, 1 million sometimes,
yes,
to come and work in Nigeria or in Ghana. Ghana is having almost the same economic growth like Cameroon, and if you are called to come and work for 800,000, you are not a skilled worker. You may just be having a degree in geography or history, and
you are being brainwashed and convinced.
A friend will call you that there's a job here for 800,000, 1 million, and you leave without doing any research. You leave and you are going to Ghana.
But Mr. Donenesco, at this time in point, how can someone identify a fake job opportunity from a real one? I mean, how can the identification be done? Because even on your platform, at times you publish opportunities, and you are someone specialist. On your platform, Chief Donenesco official, you usually do such advertisement. How can we identify something real from a fake?
Before even going to that, another cause of this thing is pressure from parents. It's a very, very important point. Yes, pressure from, especially mothers. You see a guy who have an advanced level, or have a degree, start up a small business or open a plantation in the village, instead of allowing the young man to grow with time, give him the opportunity to grow. The mother will start putting pressure on him that your classmates, your age mates are already buying cars, constructing houses. Why are you working for 70,000? Or why should you be doing a petty business? And when such an opportunity or such an information reach a person like that, the person
he sees the 800,000 francs.
Yes, as a way of going in and satisfying maybe the parents, yes.
They also are purchasing a car.
Yes. Those are some of it. Then coming to how to identify if a job opening is fake or not. I think the first thing that you identify if a job opportunity is fake or not is the place of deposit. If you see a job opening where they have not mentioned any particular place where you deposit your file physically, because what happens is this.
But there are some job opportunity where you send your information through the email.
Yes, most enterprises especially here in Cameroon. We can take an example like Camte can be recruiting.
Yes.
And they'll tell you, you deposit your file at Camte's head office. Then they'll give you an email.
Otherwise, yes.
Yes, that this is another option.
Yes,
for people who are not around, they around town.
Yes.
You can even be in Europe. You can send your file through that email, but you must. There's always this option of depositing physical. Once you don't see any specific place where they are depositing files, you should already start suspecting that this is a fake job opening.
But are you aware of the fact that at times people will even call you with video calls, and then you have even been interviewed?
Yes, you are interviewed, but you have to do your research. Most of these youth, they don't want to do research. They just want, because they have been called up and you are doing an interview, they just believe in such things. They don't read. Most of them don't read. They don't do research on anything. They just go into something because they have been caught either by a friend. Another thing is giving confidence to people that they call. You can have a former classmate that you were in school maybe 20 years ago, in the primary school maybe 20 years ago or 10 years ago. He calls you from Nigeria. Oh, this is Patrick, your friend. We used to be classmates in the primary school.
You say yes.
Yes. You give him confidence.
Yeah, that is it.
That you can go to Nigeria. But the Patrick that you knew
in primary school
15 years ago might not be the same Patrick today.
That is it.
People change over time. There are people who were criminals 15 years ago, but today they are responsible people.
Yes.
There are people who were
pastors.
Yeah, there are people who were good people 15 years ago or 20 years back, but today they are serial killers. They are armed robbers. And so, once you receive a call, either from someone you knew before and you have not seen that person for a very long time, what you have to do is do research. Find out from other mates, from other classmates, what has become of this person. What is his level of morality? Before you can be going somewhere because a classmate or someone that used to live in the same neighborhood 15 years ago. So those are some of the things that you can use to identify if a job opportunity is fake or real.
Okay. Thank you very much for giving those. And is there something you can add as a way forward in order to wear down these practices?
I think for the way forward, I think parents should really stop putting so much pressure on their children. Like you see some parents who say, oh, when I was at your age, by your age, I had already realized this or that. But life today is not the same.
Psychologically, the child is affected.
Yes, life today is not the same thing as 40 years back.
That is it.
40 years back in this country, when you had an ordinary level, you are called, your name is being called every day over the radio to give you a job. But today, PhD holders.
Good morning, Mr. Donenesco.
Good morning.
Today we are going to be talking about a new phenomenon that is now in our society, job scam, whereby people sit in sometimes in Cameroon, most of the times out of Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, and then they call others, presenting very sweet and favorable job opportunities, and then convince you in order to come. And then you find out that many youths are now moving to this country. It is when you are in Nigeria, when you are in that place, that you discover